Good afternoon, everyone. It's Virginia Killmore, and welcome to my studio. Today is Monday for you, Monday afternoon at 1, but right now I'm videotaping this on a beautiful sunny Saturday afternoon, and so happy to see the sun. It's been a while around here. This week we are featuring wonderful new stuff from the new catalogs, including some celebration items, and I'm excited to share them with you. I have some great new swaps, so you'll be seeing samples from that swap all week long. So let's get started. So, beautiful card, maybe hard to see from where you're at. I'm going to bring it up. This is using something we call, I'm going to zoom out. I can't think and talk at the same time. Something we call shimmer frost white. It's an all-purpose thing that we sell in the catalog, and I love it. So I took Misty Moonlight paper and covered it with that, and then I ran it through an embossing folder. And I just think it's so simple and pretty. I'm going to do a couple extra things to add a couple neat little extra details to this card, but this is called Case a Card Monday. I saw this online. I don't know who did the card, I'm sorry, but I'm going to do some of my own stuff to it. And we'll be using this beautiful stamp set called Friends Are Like Seashells and the coordinating embossing folder to run it through the machine. Now we have to use the large machine for this, so I'm going to go ahead and first of all make the cardstock shimmery, and then we will run it through the embossing folder. So I'm going to start out with a piece of Misty Moonlight cardstock, and I'm already realizing I don't have one for the backing, so I'm grabbing one. I have now a little tray next to me with everything I need to make a card, and I love that. So before I start, I'm going to go ahead and use my new double oval punch and punch out my backing for my sentiment, because I don't care that you can't see that, because you're never going to see what's back there. And I'm going to go ahead and glue that down, as well as something extra that I'm going to use, which is some silver foil. And I think I wrote that down in the instructions. Yeah, I did. I just thought that that would add one more nice little element to the card after I finished the first one. So this is going to get covered with that shimmer, but this is going to go down next. I'm going to go ahead and glue those down and set that aside to dry while we work on the rest of the card. Put a nice weight on it. I think I'll use my punch. I like to do that. My punch is just perfect for that. So now what I need to do is cover this with the shimmer. And the easiest way to do that is to use one of our new blending brushes. These are wonderful. They have thousands of little, oh my goodness, I'm having a moment. Brush, oh my gosh, some days I can't get words out. So anyways, I'm going to use that, and I'm going to shake this up really good. It'll come to me while I'm talking. This is what happens if you try to concentrate. And I'm going to take an old, embellishment container and put a little bit on here. I'm going to put on about a dime-sized bunch of it. That spreads out. Oh, that's probably way too much, but that's okay. But I made 4 cards really fast. And I'm just going to take a little bit and sort of work my way around. I don't want it too bright when I start. And I'm not going to worry about it being perfect, because the embossing folder will change up the background anyways. I mean, I'm going to try to get it even, but it's not going to be perfect. I can tell you right now, because I did 6 of these really quick the other day for a swap, and they weren't all perfect, and they all came out really nice. Now, the one thing you do want to watch is your fingers, so you may have to come back over an area. And sometimes I like to use alcohol. I'm going to hold that in place and just go over some spots here. But I can see I got my little fingers on here. And at this point, I would take this upstairs and just wash it. But the other way to clean it is to just rub it. A lot of people just rub, and that cleans it enough that you can put it away. I keep my blending brushes with a little bit of washi tape in the colors I'm using. And this one's my green one. You see how I have the washi tape on it. The one that I just used is just an older one because I already have all the other ones colored. So I have 6 of them already. I love these new blending brushes. They're amazing. So at this point, I can go ahead and run it through the machine, but I'm going to give it a second or two to dry off. And meanwhile, I'm going to work on my sentiment. My sentiment uses that double oval punch. And I love that punch. It's so awesome. So for those of you that are curious what a swap is where you make a certain number of cards and then you trade them out with people. And I do them all the time because I love to get good ideas to share with you guys. So see how I set that up with both of those there? Now I can just make sure it's nice and straight and punch it out. I'll get this done and then we will get back to our little piece. So that's going to go on here. I just think this little punch is the cutest darndest little thing. Best new tool that Stampin' Up! Came up with. Two punches for the price of one. And I am using Misty Moonlight ink. So now I think I'm ready to run this through, and this new folder is wonderful. I like to mark them with the year I get them and what type they are, because depending on the type you get, that depends on what you're going to use. And because we are in a little tight space, you're not going to see everything, because my little one won't work here for this one. So I'm going to start with the first layer is my number 1. And then because I'm using a 3D embossing folder, I'm going to place that right down with my sandwich with my piece in it. Make sure I got what I want on there. And then I'm using this special plate number 4 because of the fact that it's the 3D. And there it goes. I've been using my little one like crazy. I love it. It is such a cool tool. And that should be it for that. Set those aside. Look at how pretty that is. Isn't that beautiful? It just shimmers everywhere. And now I'm going to put some ribbon on this. And usually I do a little bow, but I am going to do this a little differently because with the crinkle ribbon, it just is tricky to tie the bow on it. So I'm going to first of all put this around and secure it, and then get it right on the card, and then I'll tie the bow afterwards. So I need my new Stampin' Seal. Get that right on there. Go ahead and put this on my cardstock, and I'm going to use glue. With foil, it is a little trickier, the foil, because it slides. So you want it to sort of sit still for a little bit before you mess with it. So I'm just trying to, get that in the right spot, put some pressure on it, and I think I will put this weight on it while I work on getting the dimensional on here, the backing. And then I'm going to tie the bow last. So I'm going to secure this first. I'm going to decorate it with a few little pearls. And then tie that bow very last. These are pastel pearls, and I think the blue ones would be really pretty. What do you think? They're kind of big though. Let's see. We'll see if we like them. If not, I have other ones that I can grab. I'm going to grab my Take Your Pick tool, and I'm only going to apply 3 of them. I think I'll put one right here. And just find nice little spots that I want to highlight. Sort of like bubbles going up in the air. There. That's pretty. It's very simple. But that adds yet another element to this card. So we're blinging it up or stepping up the card a little bit. So now I'm going to tie the bow here and finish it off just a little differently than you're used to seeing, because usually I either use my Bow Easy or my method of tying off. Having a little bit of a hard time. This ribbon is being stubborn. One of the tricks I learned too with ribbon that's difficult is that go ahead and tie the bow any old way. You can always make adjustments, but it's hard to get it tied sometimes, so just go ahead and fiddle fart with it the best you can, and then just sort of finish or fix it the best you can. There. Oh, I like that. I like that a lot better. So, so there you have it. It's the same card, but just a little bit more stepped up. I really think it's beautiful. The inside is white. This one is not. I actually put a piece of cardstock. So you have that choice of whether you start with a solid Misty Moonlight cardstock or just put it on Whisper White. We no longer have Whisper White, so it's now called Basic White. And I'm going to have a hard time remembering to call it that, so you may have to remind me once in a while of that new item. But it is now available, and you can order white again, which was a little bit of a scare there we had. I didn't know when we were going to get white back. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you tomorrow at 10:30. Don't forget Coffee and Cards. It's a live event. I'm going to be featuring Cheryl's card tomorrow. I think I have it over here to show it to you. Nope, I don't. I don't know what I did with it. But I'm going to be taking a Christmas card and using the same layout. Here it is. This is Cheryl's Christmas card. And I'm going to turn it into an everyday card. I love this layout. I thought Cheryl did a great job on this, my friend Cheryl. And so we'll do that tomorrow at 10:30, and it's live. Hope to see you. Have a great afternoon. Thanks for watching today, and I will see you tomorrow.